top Fuel Dragster can reach speeds of 335 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds over the 400-meter pass, the strain on the car means everything must be checked and repaired or replaced between runs.
There are certain things with this engine, 11,000 horsepower, running it that hard, that short a distance that you just have to look at, which are the mainline bearings and the pistons and the rods, and then the clutch. So it's cool to watch.
Right when the car gets back into the pits, car gets on the jack, belly pans come off, then I start ripping the clutch out. So meanwhile, we got 8 guys tearing this thing apart at all times. Blower head guy, 2 cylinder head guys, 2 clutch guys, bottom end guy, and a rod and piston guy. As far as the clutch stuff, it's really, really hot. You're looking at 9 to 1,000 degrees. We're checking the wear on the disc. I go inside with the clutch, set stall, make sure the levers are okay, make sure everything's tight, double checking the weight, putting a fresh pack in, fresh flywheel back in that's resurfaced, that's completely flat. The clutch is really, really important. Meanwhile, while everybody's doing that, Andy's servicing the bottom end. What he's checking the crank. Looking at the camera real quick, making sure the lobes look good. As far as the crank goes, making sure our bearing's not spun. Then a fresh rack comes in, and the motor's good. The cylinder heads, what they're doing is they're ripping the headers off, they're leaking down the springs, making sure the pressure's good. Nitromethane is so combustible, and the valve train, 8,000 RPM, it gets really, really violent. You can break a spring, break a valve, and it can blow up. The blower, what we check is it's a high helix blower, and we're measuring rotor to case clearance, making sure it's not too loose. As far as the rack guy goes, they're making sure the rings aren't pinched, measuring the sink of the piston, measuring the rod. Feel-wise too, there's a certain percent that we run. We get a new guy. He doesn't start off doing clutch. Could he do it? Absolutely. But those are really, really big jobs. We'll start them off the basics, rods and pistons, clutch assistant. Get familiar with the car. When we practice at the shop, we do a simulated teardown. We'll bolt it all the way back up. All right, tear it down as fast as you can. We did it in 7 minutes. Well, let's try to do it in 5. Testing is the organized chaos, and race day is you start dropping stuff, and a new guy will practice at the shop just so we're on beat, up to par. When that car fires up and it does a burnout and it backs up, our jobs are done. Then it's on Doug. Doug, unbelievable driver. He has got thousands and thousands of runs down this thing. I look at that car and I look at all the guys behind me, and they're just as thrilled as me. We're all doing our jobs, we're doing it good. Could we get better? Absolutely. But this year, look out.